We're moving in two different directions, and if I don't speak up right now, I'm gonna be miserable. It's all this provoking. That's what they want to do, man. This is whack.
See, bitches get threatened when they can't handle the truth. They want to start swinging.
Wait, hold on. Let them clear that out because I promise you.
Walk straight to
listen, I promise you. One of these girls grab you, I'm gonna go crazy.
Let's go get some.
Grab you, I'm gonna go crazy.
Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris had been important figures in the love and hip-hop franchise for years. They had lived much of their lives in front of the cameras, experiencing fame, controversy, and everything in between. However, the consequences of their past choices had finally caught up with them. After years of personal and professional missteps, their careers were in jeopardy. Public opinion had turned against them, and both men found themselves at a critical turning point. This was their last opportunity to make things right. Kirk, who had once been a respected figure on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, had seen his reputation fall apart due to numerous scandals. His infidelity had become one of the most talked about topics on the show, and his marriage to Rashida had been tested repeatedly. Each betrayal chipped away at the trust in their relationship, leaving their future uncertain. His business ventures, once thriving, were now struggling, and the loyal fan base he had built over the years was beginning to walk away. Meanwhile, Mendeecees, a key figure on Love and Hip Hop New York, had faced his own set of troubles. Legal issues had led to a prison sentence, and his absence had put significant strain on his relationship with his fiancée, Yandy Smith. While she had remained supportive, the challenges of raising their children alone and keeping their family together had taken a toll on her. Mendeecees had to work hard to regain not only Yandy's trust, but also the respect of his fans, who were beginning to doubt whether he was truly capable of change. Things reached a breaking point when backlash from all directions became too loud to ignore. Fans had lost patience. Sponsors were cutting ties, no longer wanting to associate their brands with men whose names were constantly linked to controversy. Even the network itself was beginning to question whether they should remain part of the show. The message was clear. If Kirk and Mendeecees didn't take action quickly, they risked losing everything: their careers, their families, and the respect of those who had once stood by them. Faced with the possibility of losing it all, they realized they had only one option left: an apology. It was a last-ditch effort, but it was their only hope. They needed to prove that they were capable of growth and that their past mistakes would not define them forever. However, this couldn't be just any apology. It had to be heartfelt, sincere, and convincing. Anything less would be seen as damage, control, and the public would see right through it. The preparation for the apology was intense. Both men knew they had to confront their past openly and take full responsibility for their actions. There was no room for excuses or half-hearted remorse. They had to show their fans, families, and the world that they were ready to change. The weight of the moment was heavy, and they understood that this was their final chance to set things right. The day of the apology arrived, and the tension was undeniable. They had chosen to record a video, understanding that it needed to be personal and direct. This wasn't about scripted words or rehearsed statements. It had to be raw and honest. They sat in front of the camera, their faces serious, their expressions filled with regret. Kirk spoke first. He admitted to his past mistakes, addressing the pain he had caused his wife and acknowledging the disappointment he had brought upon himself and those who had once looked up to him. He spoke about his infidelity, the trust he had broken, and the damage he had done to his marriage. He didn't shy away from the truth. Instead, he accepted full responsibility, making it clear that he understood the consequences of his actions. Mendeecees followed, opening up about his legal troubles and the impact they had on his family. He spoke directly to Yandy, apologizing for the burden she had carried alone while he was away. He acknowledged that his choices had not only affected him, but had deeply hurt the people he loved most. He vowed to be a better man, a better father, and a better partner. Both men knew that words alone wouldn't be enough. They had to follow through with actions that proved their sincerity. They promised to make changes, not just for the sake of their careers, but for their families and their own personal growth. They spoke about therapy, about making amends, and about putting in the work to rebuild what they had damaged. As the video went live, the reaction was immediate. Some fans were skeptical, questioning whether the apology was genuine or just another attempt to salvage their careers. Others appreciated the honesty, recognizing that admitting fault is never easy. The media picked up on the story, and discussions flooded social media. Rashida watched Kirk's apology with a mix of emotions. She had heard promises before, and she wasn't sure if this time would be any different. She wanted to believe him, but trust was something that had to be Rebbe.
I'll be moving in two different directions, and if I don't speak up right now, I'm gonna be miserable. That's all this provoking. That's what they want to do, man. This is whack.
See, bitches get threatened when they can't handle the truth. They want to start swinging.
Wait, hold on. Let them clear that out because I promise you. Walk straight to listen, I promise you. One of these girls grab you, I'm gonna go crazy. Let's go get some.
Kirk took a deep breath before he spoke, his gaze fixed on the floor. When he finally looked up, his expression was filled with regret. I've made so many mistakes in my life, and in doing so, I've hurt the people who mean the most to me. Rashida, I am truly sorry for all the pain I've caused you. I've let you down, and I've let myself down. I've been selfish. I've made bad decisions, and I've taken what we have for granted. Our family should have always been my priority, but I allowed my own weaknesses to take over. He paused for a moment, gathering his thoughts as his voice trembled slightly. I'm not here to ask for instant forgiveness because I know I don't deserve that. What I do ask for is a chance to prove that I can be better, that I can change. I've learned from my mistakes, and every day I'm working hard to be a better husband, a better father, and a better man. I know words alone aren't enough, and I have to show you through my actions. I just hope that, in time, you can see that I mean this. As Kirk finished speaking, Mendeecees took a deep breath and stepped forward, his expression serious. He knew this moment was just as important for him as it was for Kirk. He turned to the camera, his voice steady but filled with remorse. I've made choices that have deeply affected my life, my family, and my career. Yandy, I know I haven't been there for you the way you deserve. For that, I'm truly sorry. My actions have caused you pain, and I take full responsibility for that. I know an apology won't undo the past, but I need you to know that I recognize where I went wrong. His voice softened as he continued. During my time away, I had a lot of time to think. I reflected on everything, on the kind of man I was, the kind of partner I should be, and the kind of father my children need. I am committed to being better, not just in words, but in actions. I don't want to let you down again. I don't want my mistakes to define who I am. I am learning, and I am doing the work every day to become the man I was meant to be. The video captured a raw, emotional moment where both men bared their souls. They acknowledged their faults, showed true remorse, and promised to change. But the real question lingered. Was this genuine accountability, or just another attempt to salvage their public images? The reaction online was immediate and divided. Social media was flooded with comments, some expressing support while others remained skeptical. Many fans appreciated the vulnerability and sincerity in their words, while others questioned whether it was just another PR move. Some people felt it was too late for apologies, arguing that actions speak louder than words. Despite the mixed response, Kirk and Mendeecees stood firm in their commitment to making things right. Over the following weeks, they put in the effort to prove that their words weren't empty. Kirk focused on rebuilding his relationship with Rashida, spending more time with his family, and making changes in his business practices to show he was serious about his growth. Mendeecees, now free from his legal troubles, dedicated himself to strengthening his bond with Yandi and being more present in their family's life. Their efforts didn't go unnoticed. Slowly, the public began to see a change. While some people still doubted their sincerity, others started to believe that they were truly working toward redemption. It wasn't an overnight transformation, but it was a start. It was proof that they were willing to take responsibility for their past and make an effort to do better. In the end, their apology wasn't just about repairing their public image. It was about repairing the relationships they had damaged. Not everyone forgave them, and some people never would, but they had taken the first and most difficult step toward earning back trust. This wasn't the end of their journey. It was just the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where they would have to continuously prove their commitment to change, not just for the cameras, not just for the fans, but for the people who truly mattered, their families and themselves.
Moving in two different directions, and if I don't speak up right now, I'm gonna be miserable. This all this provoking. That's what they want to do, man. This is whack.
See, bitches get threatened when they can't handle the truth. They want to start swinging.
Wait, hold on. Let them clear that out because I promise you. Walk straight to listen, I promise you. One of these girls grab you, I'm gonna go crazy. Let's go get some. Yeah. Grab you, I'm. Now be moving in two different directions, and if I don't speak up right now, I'm gonna be miserable. This all this provoking. That's what they want to do, man. This is whack.
See, bitches get threatened when they can't handle the truth. They want to start swinging.
Wait, hold on. Let them clear that out because I promise you. Walk straight to listen, I promise you. One of these girls grab you, I'm gonna go crazy. Let's go get some. Yeah. Just grab you, I'm gonna go crazy. Just grab you, I'm gonna go crazy. Let's go get some. Yeah. Just grab you, I'm gonna go crazy.